Think of someone bold. How do they act? Maybe they're loud and always say what's on their mind. Maybe they even go up and talk to strangers. Well, boldness in birds has some similarities. For song sparrows, a bird that gets closer to a potential source of danger and is noisier around that danger is considered more bold. Boldness specifically relates to the likelihood of an individual to engage in risk-taking behavior. For example, their willingness to approach and inspect potential predators. Boldness is of interest to scientists because an animal's boldness could very well impact their ability to survive and reproduce. In some environments, a bolder bird could be at higher risk of predation, but it could also be more tolerant to disturbance. Variation in boldness for male songbirds has been well studied, but we don't know much about boldness in females, and thus have a limited understanding of the patterns of boldness within mated pairs. So, to determine if song sparrows within mated pairs have similar, different, or unrelated levels of boldness, I conducted Carolina wren alarm call playback experiments simulating the presence of a predator on the territories of 30 song sparrow pairs. I caught subject birds using traps and nets and gave each bird a unique combination of number and color leg bands to distinguish between individuals. For each trial, I played wren alarm calls from a speaker in the middle of the pair's territory. I recorded the number of calls produced and the distance from the speaker for the male and female sparrow. The more calls that a bird produced, and the closer to the speaker a bird got, the bolder that bird was considered. Additionally, I used playback experiments of song sparrow alarm calls to investigate whether males can distinguish between the calls of a stranger and their mate. The first graph shows that I found a significant positive correlation between the distance from the speaker for males and females in a pair. So, song sparrows within a pair tend to have a similar level of boldness to their mate. This could mean that song sparrows choose a mate that has similar boldness to themselves, or that they adjust their behavior to match their mates. In either case, this suggests that there's an evolutionary benefit to similarity in boldness within pairs. For example, coordination and decreased conflict between mated pairs may allow for more effective care of young, leading to increased reproductive success. I also found that males reacted more strongly to calls from a stranger than to calls from their mate. This different response indicates that male song sparrows can recognize their mate from their alarm calls, which may allow pairs to coordinate their boldness responses to potential predators. These findings fill a gap in our understanding of the patterns of personality within songbird pairs. They may also provide a model for understanding patterns of boldness and their reproductive impacts in other threatened songbird species that are more difficult to study.